Hello, guys. Welcome to J Cash. This is another match analysis of the La Liga. The La Liga is back after over 90 days of no games. The La Liga is back, and today's game was the derby between Sevilla versus Real Betis. So Sevilla was at home and they played against Real Betis and Real Betis lost this. Sevilla won this game by 2 goals to 0, thanks to goals from Ocampos number 5 and Fernando number 25, the former Man City man. So to the analysis of this game, Sevilla third on the table, fighting for Champions League places, and Real Betis, a mid-table team, trying to cause an upset in this derby, but they were not able to because Sevilla were coached by Lopetegui, which really organized his team well. They were really organized in defense, in midfield, and in attack. They had a game plan, and they executed that game plan very well. So for Sevilla's strength, their fullbacks number 23 and number 16, they pushed up regularly. They gave the Sevilla and the Betis wingbacks no chance. They kept on pushing and piling on crosses, creating 4, sometimes 5 man attack for Betis, and it was difficult for Betis because one of their man was their centre backs were substituted in the halftime because there was just too much pressure. So the fullback pushed up, and that's one thing I've noticed with modern football too. Your fullbacks need to be involved in the attack, need to stretch out the game, for you to have success. And also, I feel like Fernando had a good defense. Marked Nabil Fekir number 8 very well. He didn't have any time on the ball at all, especially in the first half. He was well marked, and so that's some good strength for Sevilla. Basically, they had a game plan, fullbacks pumping up and pushing in an attack to the score. Um, for their weaknesses, I feel like they sat back and absorbed pressure, especially when they scored the second goal. They sat back too much. If it was a better team, I feel like they would have conceded more goals. But because Betis isn't that strong, they didn't have enough quality players, so they were not punished when they sat back. So and also they were poor on the counter. Sevilla, when they sat back, like you expect them to hit Betis on the counter, but they were just poor on the counter. They should have done better, and so that's it for Sevilla's weakness. So overall, I like the coach Lopetegui, even though it didn't work for him at Real Madrid. You could tell that he has a solid game plan and he trusts his players. Going to Betis, the loser here. I would say for their strengths, um, yeah, their strength was Sydney, the centre back who was substituted. Like when he was in the game in the first half, he he Sevilla couldn't score, so he made sure he secured his back line, and unfortunately he was taken off due to injury, so that was unfortunate for him and for Betis. So yeah, so the chemistry in the back line without Kunde was pretty poor. So that's a strength for Betis. And I would say Linus, number 20, came on in the second half. Ooh, he was good. He made the this the Betis wingers fullbacks push up, so they were more involved in the game because he was applying so much pressure. Um, yeah, he's one for the future. He's destined for a much bigger club. Linus, the Mexican, and also for their weaknesses, they zone out Mark too much. Like the zonal marking, like I've always said in my videos, I don't prefer zonal marking or man-to-man marking. I prefer a combination of both. Sevilla, Betis went for zonal marking and they were punished, and there were signs in the first half. Uh, Sevilla almost scored several times, but they got caught out in the second half with their zonal marking. So that's one to work on in training for Betis. And in the first half, mostly they were not pushing forward. The fullbacks, the left and the right back, they kept on sitting back, and absorbing pressure. So that's something they should work on. Uh, for Betis, they need to push on and not be too defensive. Basically, that's where they were. They had the same formation as Sevilla, but they just were too defensive, and they were not creating any offensive threats. Okay, so that's my analysis today. Basically, Sevilla were more organized, controlled the game, and pounced on Betis's mistakes. Basically, both goals were from set pieces. The first goal, which was a penalty, was from a set piece. I don't think that was a penalty, but the referee gave it, and VAR looked at it and gave it. So great. Please subscribe and like the channel. Like the video, or subscribe to the channel, and see you again tomorrow for more La Liga analysis. Thank you.